big game tonight, and we're going to start talking about it now, Rob. The Kansas City Chiefs hosting the Los Angeles Chargers. And, Rob, both of these teams are among the best in the league. At least those are the expectations. We know the Chiefs are always there. Now, certainly maybe they have an off year. I don't see it coming. But they have been one of the top teams in the league for the last 4 years and have made the AFC title game, in fact, the last 4 years. The Chargers, a talented team, but, Rob, let's face it, this isn't the only year. Now, they're getting more hype this year than ever in recent memory, but they've been hyped a few years, Rob, lately, and they've disappointed. They've only made the playoffs once in the last 8 years. And so they are expected, though, to be one of the top teams. Both of these teams have incredible quarterbacks. You got, obviously, Patrick Mahomes, the best quarterback in football for my money. And then Justin Herbert, who is a hot young prospect, but more than a prospect. He's in his third year, and he is great in his own right. If you remember, Rob, his first game, which he had to be as stunned as the rest of us, his first game when Tyrod Taylor, there was malpractice, if you will, on the part of the Chargers.
The doctor collapsed his lung.
And he couldn't play, and Justin Herbert, the rookie, gets thrown in just out of the blue and plays tremendously. They lose a tight one to the Chiefs. That was a few years ago, but Justin Herbert, one of the top quarterbacks in the league as well. And so, Rob, I want to throw this at you. This is a big game for both teams, but who do you think it's bigger for? Like, who wins, who needs to win more, or who would the win be more beneficial to,
Well, I don't think it's the Chargers have to win. From the standpoint that they're on the road playing Kansas City, they're underdogs, 4.5-point underdogs. They don't have their best receiver. To me, Kansas City has to win. They're overwhelming favorites to win this game. If they were to have
4.5 points, at home,
but
you get 3 at home,
right? But it's more than your average 3. It's 4.5, and it's also a team that people have expectations for, as far as the Chargers, for them to come to your yard and beat you without their best receiver. And also you remember, the Chiefs are coming off a big win where they blew out Arizona. Patrick Mahomes had 5 touchdowns. So if they have a letdown where they struggle offensively, or Mahomes has 2 or 3 picks or something like that, I think that would look bad. I think they are supposed to win, and the Chargers get extra points if they go in and win. If they lose, nobody says, oh, their season's over. Oh, my God, they lost to the Chiefs in Kansas City after winning week 1. They won their first game. They would be 1-1. And nobody's expecting the Chargers to go undefeated. So I think that it is, for Kansas City, they need to keep up the momentum that they knocked off another good opponent. Coming into the season, Chris, when you looked at their schedule, you thought, wow, they got a couple of really tough games to start the schedule, right? Arizona isn't that great, but they won, 10, 11 games last year.
They made the playoffs last year, yeah.
So then you got the Chargers that didn't make the playoffs, but they lost in the very last game of the season not to make the playoffs, and there are high expectations for them. So you look at their schedule, and don't they play like who else? The Packers or somebody? Or no, Tampa Bay?
The Chiefs?
Yeah, don't they play Tampa Bay? And they got the first 4 games are tough.
Right. Well, look, you make some good points. I do think it's a big game for both teams, but I think it's bigger for the Chargers. And I'm going to tell a little story to illustrate why. Rob, when I was 14 years old, I played my father in a game of one-on-one basketball. Now, he had been beating up on me for my whole life in basketball. So for him to beat me, wasn't a big deal, right? I always beat my boy. This ain't no big deal. But for me to beat him, I beat him. And Rob Parker, I ran in the house with the basketball in my hand, yelling, screaming, Mommy, Terry, that's my younger brother, I beat Daddy. Terry, I beat Daddy. It was so embarrassing for my dad, he never played basketball again. But for me, it was life-changing. I had finally arrived. Why? Because I was a son beating his father. And it's whether it's a son and a father or a little brother and a big brother, it's always bigger for the son or the little brother. And the Chargers are without question the little brother.
Chris, they beat them last year in Kansas City.
Yeah, but because they beat them the last 2 years in Kansas City. But because they failed to follow up and make the playoffs, nobody thinks anything of it. Oh, okay, they beat the Chiefs. Wow, yeah. Okay, they couldn't even make the playoffs.
No, but I mean, it's not
a big
but
deal.
But you making it like your story you just gave was when you finally beat your father. They've beaten the Chiefs before.
Yeah,
so it's not that.
It is that because the Chiefs are the team that's won the division the last 6 years. The Chiefs are the team that's been to the AFC
division's
title
not
game
on the line
last 4
tonight.
years. The Chiefs are the team with the recent Super Bowl victory. The Chiefs are the team that put up a league-high 44 points just a week ago and won by a league-high 23 points just a week ago. You and I remember when the Chiefs were garbage. To the Chargers, to these young cats on the field, all they know is the Chiefs. They just bully us. They're the best team in the AFC year after year, or at least one of them. They're to the Chargers. The Chiefs are the Brady in the AFC East, LeBron in the Eastern Conference, Jordan in the whole NBA in the 90s. So if they win, and they're different now, they spent the whole offseason getting ready to beat the Chiefs. We got Khalil Mack. We added Kyle Van Noy. We added J.C. Jackson. Game time decision tonight. Is he out, J.C.? He's playing. Okay, there you go. All these additions, they spent like $200 million in the offseason to beat the Chiefs.
Chris, in the playoffs, maybe, but not a must win in week 2.
They need to show.
No, they do not. They've already beaten them.
Yeah, but they don't follow up.
No, but you can't.
But you beat them.
But you
don't follow up.
No, but that to say that they have to win tonight and it's bigger for them tonight. I'm not saying they have
to win. Neither one of them has to win.
No, but I'm just saying if you're Kansas City.
What's Kansas City get from a regular season W?
Nothing. It would be like, why you let them come to your home? You let them come to your stadium.
They've done it twice, as you said.
Without your top,
big deal.
Without their top receiver, and you're overwhelmingly the favorite. 80% of the people.
Overwhelming. 4.5 points, Rob.
I'm talking about 80% of the money is on the Chiefs tonight.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they're over.
Yes, it is overwhelming.
Is the point?
No, it ain't. It's the money.
People are saying the Chiefs will beat them by more than 4 points.
It's the money.
That's
Everybody believes that they will win. If they don't win, it'll be a huge upset tonight.
I would not be surprised.
That you're not saying anything.
The Chargers win.
What does that mean, Chris? I will not be surprised. What does that mean? So you're not committing.
It means let me. It's English.
Help me out.
I will not be surprised if the Chargers win. You don't understand what that means?
Yeah, I don't. That's not.
Actually, it does. It means I won't be surprised if the Chargers win.
That's non-committal.
If you stop interrupting, I'll finish my statement. I will not be surprised if the Chargers win.
That's non-committal.
I would be absolutely stunned if the Chiefs blow them out.
Chris,
I would be stunned if the Chiefs blow them out.
But you haven't said who's winning. Who do you got? Kansas City?
Said. What do you mean I haven't said anything?
Who's going to win?
I think the Chiefs are going to win a close game.
Okay.
Fine, but don't act like I didn't say anything when I said I wouldn't be surprised.
That doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything.
Does.
No, it doesn't.
I won't be surprised.
No, it doesn't. It means
Have you ever been surprised
nothing.
in your life?
No, but when you say that about a game,
here's what you say,
here
Rob.
it is. No, hear me out. When you say that, you give yourself both sides.
I'm not trying to give myself an out.
That's
I'm
what
just
it means.
having a conversation.
But I'm trying to tell you that's what it means, so that if the Chiefs won, you'll say, I said that they would win. If they lose, you go, I told you not to be surprised. You didn't say that. That's what I'm trying to say.
Rob,
it's a middle of the road, you're on the fence for the game when you say don't be surprised. It doesn't mean anything.
I was not making a prediction, Rob Parker. If you asked me who's going to win the game, and I said I wouldn't be surprised if it's the Chiefs, yes, I didn't answer, or if it's the Chargers, I didn't answer your question. You didn't ask me that question. I was making a statement that I wouldn't be no, let me finish. I listened to you. I was saying I wouldn't be surprised if the Chargers win, and I would actually be shocked if the Chiefs blow them out. Now, when you asked me who's going to win, I said I think the Chiefs win a close game. But we're talking. Everything I say isn't a proclamation, a prediction. Everything doesn't have to be a prediction.
I just hear it too often where people.
But don't bring that to me, because when it's time to make a prediction, I make a prediction.
When people use that to me, it's a middle.
You ain't talking to people.
It's a middle. I just told you. That's why I called you out on it. I don't think it's
call me out.
Yeah, I did.
Call me out on what? You didn't. I wasn't making a prediction.
It's a middle of the road statement that doesn't say anything. I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay.
What does that mean?
That's fine. If you're limited in that way,
I'm limited.
And you only can understand black
and white. At Columbia Journalism School, I'm limited. At a PhD at NYU, I'm limited. I'm so dumb. We gonna
throw out credentials
yes, because you're trying to say I'm dumb or something.
No,
I don't know.
You're trying to say you only understand black and white.
You're limited. You don't know what you're talking about.
You can't understand.
Are you kidding me? You must be crazy.
You can't understand nuance. Everything has to be black and white. Yes or no. That's all I understand, because nothing else matters.